so I'm making up the engine mounts. I'm on the Bridgeport here. We got a little setup going. So pretty much just gonna mill and drill. We'll see what happens.
What's this, a 3/8 end mill?
Yeah, 3/8, 4 flute. Just go in manual mode. Couple revolutions. Nothing about this is very exact. I just want to get a slot, you know, just have some space. Get a little coolant.
And what are we working with? 1/8 inch wall thickness, right?
Yeah, 1/8 inch, 1.5 inch square tube. You know, I'm thinking that's pretty good there.
All right.
Sweet. I got slots inside here. On the other side, I'm adding bolts that I'm going to weld on like studs. The idea being, I don't have to mess with holding these in place. They just stick through. I just have a nut on the bottom of the bike to adjust fore and aft. I'll be all set. So it should be pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
I'll just get them all tacked.
Yeah, we'll do it up. Yeah, my knee's a little red.
Change that?
I'll probably need to change the bandage.
Let's see the beautiful New England countryside. That's our view.
So the mini bike needs bigger slots. I got mounts on the motor with studs welded on, but the slots are just too far apart that they come stock. So I'm just going to extend this slot out, and that'll give me the actual range I need, and then that'll just be useless. But yeah, so a little bit of Dremel action should get it working.
Going in there with what, one of those reinforced fiber wheels, I think.
Yeah, the reinforced cutter wheels.
Yeah, they work pretty good.
I got the motor and the motor mount going together. I milled these pieces, some slots, and cut these down to length. And they're 1.5 inch square tube, like I was saying before. Now there's slots in the frame, so I can move this whole thing fore and aft. And then there's slots in these tubes, so I can move the engine in and out. And that'll let me get the torque converter on here and then align it with my sprocket. So I got a new sprocket bolted onto the old sprocket as a base. And I'll be able to get everything adjusted here, and then once that's on, then I'll be figuring out the muffler, which comes straight out the top, and hopefully I can go back, but I'll probably have to kind of come out and back or something like that. So we'll see what's up with the muffler.
Yeah, these Briggs are a lot different than all the Honda Clone and Predator engines. It comes straight out of the top.
Yeah, look at that.
It comes straight up and down. So unless it's gonna come straight through the seat, it's basically gotta come out.
Yeah, I don't want to sit on the muffler, so.
Right. Check out this valve cover clearance too. These have a really tall valve cover on these Briggs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be cool. It's neat doing something different, you know.
Yeah, it's a nice tight fit. I still got some space up here. I'm still gonna put a fuel tank up there, I think, at some point. But
yep,
it's a good balance of shape and size, so I'm pretty happy with where it's at right now.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Okay, TheJanticJournal. Got my new fuel tank. It's smaller. This is a 2-liter size, and it's going to fit right here. So I got to make an adapter to fit these posts because it's not the same. So we're probably going to put a pipe, just weld it in here, and clamp them on.
Some old exercise, yeah, old exercise equipment.
Yeah, I'm just going to get the chop. We're going to put it on there and make it fit.
I think we got a 1-inch tube. Yeah, because that's meant for like a motorized bicycle or something with a single
frame,
single top arm or whatever it's called. Yep. Single pipe. Okay.
So we're gonna do that. It's about good. Okay, fuel tank on the Motovox. I got this tab made up that we bent. I ground out a little notch for the tube to fit on. That's gonna sit right here. I got these 2 marks. He's going to sit right there, and the tube is going to basically bridge that gap. So we're going to tack that up.
I think I was fighting a little bit of paint, but that's alright. You heard it, the interruptions.
Yeah.
It's alright, burn through it.
That's going to look good though. That'll work. Alright, so this tube is what goes on next.
Like that?
Yep.
I'll just tack and then we'll have to look at it and see if it's
Sure.
gonna work or not.
Alright, we got one side on. We're probably thinking we don't even need to weld the front. It's just going to be a cantilevered tube. Okay, on the Motovox, the fuel tank mounts to this tube and that works great, but it can slide a little bit. So we're going to add a tab to the back there. Just a little washer, just to make a lip so that the tank can't ride off the back. So we're going to do that up.
We got Scott over here at the TheJanticJournal. Joey's out in the smoking section. And we're about to fire up, or at least attempt to fire up the Motovox, the Briggs and the Motovox. We have the kill switch hooked up. That gas tank's looking good. We put oil in it. So we're going to go for the coldest of cold starts here. I mean, oh, we're actually doing it right now? All right.
Wow.
Go right now. Alright, might need a little choke, so we're gonna cut.
Oh, it needs a little choke.
We'll fix it in post. There it goes. The Motovox is running. Give her a little bit. Oh yeah. we don't have the brakes hooked up yet. Always gotta do the power first. Yeah, sounds pretty good. That exhaust is not too loud, but you still hear what's going on. So nice. All right, so we're gonna throw the brakes on, and this thing's gonna be pretty darn close to being done. So it's gonna be the same brakes that I did on mine, but we're looking at it, and it should be a direct bolt in. So let's see what we got. This isn't a direct bolt off, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll come back at you.
So we got Scott and Mike putting the brakes on the Motovox. Hopefully these brakes should just plug into the factory location and we shouldn't have to go crazy with the modding.
Yeah.
Scott's getting the brake lever on.
Twist. Alright, got the brake on from Hot Ride Mini Bike, the cam. Direct bolt in, no problem. We had a little issue because we had the wheel spaced wrong, but all set. Got the handbrake up on here, right?
Yeah.
I like that click. It makes it sound good. There's a switch for a brake light, which we're not running, at least not yet. It makes it sound like you're actually doing something. Yep. So yeah, we're putting the seat on. The only thing we don't have tonight to completely call this thing done is we don't have the screws for the air filter adapter. And then, you know, like everything else, we still got to come up with a chain guard and a belt guard. But it's a stock motor, so you know the chain shouldn't be too much of a hazard. So yeah, just bolting the seat on now and getting ready to call her done.
Yep.
So we got Scott's Motovox. We're trying to tune it. Right now we're running into an issue. We accidentally drilled the jet a little big, so Mike will show you what it's doing.
Well, it'll kind of go on its own, but once you full throttle it, this is what it does.
Yeah, so the bike, once you try to go full throttle on it, it just sputters, and so we're going to try to retune it and try to get that dialed in before it gets too late.
Alright, so as you saw, we're pretty sure this carb's running too rich. We drilled the jet out 40 thousandths of an inch. That seems like it's too much. I think we're going to go for maybe like 35, something like that. So since we went too big, you can't drill a smaller hole. What we're going to have to do is fill it back in with some solder. So I just got a little map gas torch and some metalwork solder, silver bearing. So we'll see what this does. So what we're doing here is we actually have the drill bit in a vise, and then this brass piece here I'm just going to turn by hand. What's going on is that thing's so small you can't even chuck it up in a cordless drill. But that's alright, because you know what, it could break and get carried away in a drill anyway, so just, you know, take our time and shouldn't be that bad.
We're over here next to Blazing Barbecue and Ace. We got the mini bikes rolling. All three of them drove themselves down here, so that's pretty dope. The Motovox is working. It's got the massive air filter.
Mass airflow.
And yeah, let's check it out.
That came off of a Honda Civic.
Yeah, basically.
JDM.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's running. The fuel tank is on. The air is, everything's pretty good about it. So it needs a little bit of something with the jet on the carb. We're still kind of fine tuning that, but we'll get it. But it still runs, so that's cool.
Okay, cruise is nice and all that.
Yeah. I need to do something about the muffler because my butt's still warm.
Yeah, that thing's pretty close to the seat.
Yeah, no, like when I'm sitting on it, like I'm like that. So
Yeah.
some kind of a shield, some wrap, something to do with the torque-a-verter, but it's pretty cool. It runs, so I'm happy about that. Yeah.